Welcome into another episode of Talkin Grizz. This is our off-season edition where we are talking to media from around the league about drafts and prospects and the future of their markets team. So joining me now from Phoenix is Gina Mizell. She's a freelance journalist who is covering the Phoenix Suns and has been covering the Suns. So we have lots to talk about because this team was hot in the bubble. They had, before the bubble, 26-39, I think, went undefeated in the bubble. And then at the draft lottery, they got that number 10 pick. So right off the bat, this number 10 pick, the team has locked in almost all the starters, I guess. Booker, Ayton, Oubre, Rubio for the next year, a couple years. Aaron Baines is up for grabs, I guess, coming up. So with this number 10 pick, is there an obvious roster spot that you see that needs to be filled?
I think two spots are on the table potentially for Phoenix. I think either a front court player, just because in addition to Aaron Baines being a free agent, Dario Saric is going to be a restricted free agent. Frank Kaminsky has a team option. So other than DeAndre Ayton, the rest of that front court, it's sort of uncertain as far as who will be back next year. And if they don't go that direction, I think backup point guard is also a spot. I mean, Cam Payne was one of the crazy stories of Orlando sort of revitalizing his career, coming back for this Phoenix Suns team. But if they're looking for maybe a younger prospect or somebody that they could groom to either be Rubio's backup right away or maybe to succeed Rubio at some point down the line, I think those are the two spots that the Suns will be looking at as far as filling that draft need if they stay at that number 10 spot.
For sure. So if they do stay, I will say, I know that obviously with a team that doesn't make the playoffs, you hope that you get a high number. And of course, we wish that as well from the Memphis side. But sure, number 10 is not a horrible place to be. Like when we look back in history, like Paul George, I don't know who else. I have it written down here. CJ McCollum, Mikal Bridges. Like we have a bunch of number 10s that have come really successful. Is there anyone when you look at these draft boards or future draft boards, if the Suns keep this number 10 spot that you like as a fit?
Yeah, well, it's funny that first of all that you mentioned Mikal Bridges at number 10, because I think every Suns fan is pleased with the way his Phoenix career has started out these first couple of seasons. But yeah, if you look at those two position groups, I mean, somebody like a Tyrese Halliburton from Iowa State, the point guard, or even maybe a Killian Hayes, he would kind of be a longer term prospect, but is pretty highly regarded if he slips that far at the point guard spot. And then at power forward, I mean, somebody like Obi Toppin, if he fell to number 10, the Suns were able to grab him. He was the National College Basketball Player of the Year. I think he would be a really interesting fit next to DeAndre Ayton. Onekwe Okongwu, say that 5 times fast, from USC, another big man who might slip that far. So yeah, if those were specific names that could maybe fill that positional need. And yeah, like you said, number 10 is you obviously want the highest pick you can get, but there have been a lot of examples of players that have been mid first round picks or later in the lottery that have gone on to have great careers.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of got that this year with Brandon Clark. He slipped into the 20s and we scooped him up, and then he's on the all-rookie team. So you really never know. And again, I know that Suns fans wanted something a little higher, but 10, there is definitely a bunch of thumbs up happening in that number 10 spot. So it was great to hear your insight, Gina. Thank you so much. Where can we get your work? Where can we see your stuff?
Yeah, so for Suns coverage specifically, you can go to my Substack newsletter, which is called Valley Tales, VALLEYTALES. It's a play off of the Suns call themselves the Valley Boys. So that's valleytales.substack.com. That's where all my stories about the Suns come out. And if you sign up for the email list, it'll get delivered directly to your inbox. So that's the easiest way to find me for NBA and Suns content.
The easiest way for anything. You don't even have to go looking for it.
Exactly.
All right, Gina, thank you so much. For Grizzlies fans, you can get all your Grizzlies coverage on grindcitymedia.com.